25 easily hateable coworkers, according to Reddit. Number 25, that fucking bitch who microwaves in the break room and burns it every single time. Then proceeds to shake a bunch of grated Parmesan cheese on it, so the office smells like burnt feet and diaper shit. Yeah, I hate that cunt. Well, does your house ever smell like burnt popcorn, Stripes?
No one ever makes popcorn.
A response here reads, we had a guy who set his popcorn on for 30 minutes instead of 3, and then walked away, and then denied all knowledge of the acrid black smoke pouring out of the break room about 15 minutes later, in spite of several witnesses who knew he was responsible. Can you imagine, like, your job being a crime scene where some idiot is like, what a jerk. Another response reads, oh my god, I had a coworker like this as well, except he forgot to put the water in the Easy Mac and set the microwave to 30 minutes. It started pouring out smoke and set off all the fire alarms. I work at a call center and was in the middle of the call when the alarm started blaring. I lost my cell. I'm kidding, it doesn't say I lost my cell. The supervisors made an announcement that we had to first explain what was happening, agree on a callback time, then hang up and call and exit the building. Because customer service over safety, apparently. That's horrifying. Can you imagine having to explain the situation instead of get the hell out of the building in case you choke to death?
What if there was a fire?
There essentially was, if the fire alarms are going off, it's because something tripped it. So again, safety first. Forget the client. They could probably have gotten into some serious trouble over that one. Let's move on though. Number 24. He cooks fish in the break room microwave. Cooks it?
That's disgusting.
Cooks the fish? You should see my face. Nah, man, you should see my face. It says break room microwave, Stripes, okay? Somebody responds, oh my god, I hate this. The guy across from our office shared the kitchen with us and always cooked the worst smelling fish, like they scooped it out of the bin of the local chippy. Ugh.
What's a chippy?
There's my chippy. There's a Tim and Eric reference for some people who, yeah, I'm kidding. Number 23. Oh, this is, it's got bullet points and everything. Alrighty. Number 23. My time to shine. Calm down there, buddy. This is all one coworker. Are you kidding? He eats with his hands, like, rice, beans, casseroles, things with his bare hands. It's pretty edgy. If he gets interrupted during eating, he'll put a plastic produce bag over his hand.
Why?
I guess to touch other things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he doesn't smear it everywhere. I guess that's kind of polite.
Come on. He has his own white noise generator at work. Only problem is that he has poor hearing, so for the rest of us, it's not so much white noise as a jet engine. Come on now. He can't get away with this. See the boss? He used an entire bottle of incense to clear his sinuses. An entire bottle. Enough that it actually caused me to experience respiratory issues. The irony. He always was cold, like middle of summer, 90 degrees, and wearing a down jacket and a headband with a hot water bladder tucked in. What? His clothes don't fit? Like he has to hold his pants up when he walks. He can't afford a belt. This guy has a job. I don't know. He wears the same clothes every day and to the gym. He got a gym membership, but he can't afford a belt. Okay?
Or another pair of clothing, too.
He reeks, and I mean reeks, like nauseatingly bad. Did you know smell is not considered a hostile work environment? Man. With all of this, I don't know how you could make a list that could convince HR or something. He's been known to take his pants off in our break area, 5 feet from the private bathroom. Ugh, that's not a sanitation issue. He's been caught cutting his toenails in the bathroom sink. Ugh. He's caught drinking straight from the faucet like a dog. And there's 2 drinking fountains 3 feet away. I could go on for hours, he says. Edit a couple more of his personal habits. One time I was in the middle of a teleconference marathon. He was trying to get my attention. I believe he needed help with his personal cell phone. A flip phone. Oh, don't judge the man.
Oh.
He really must be scraping by, but if he has a job, he's probably doing better than half of the people listening to this, because it's like, you got a gym membership, you ain't buying a... God, look. We can't judge this guy based on a window into his life. We don't have the full picture, I guess. But you clipping your nails in the sink, in the bathroom, something wrong. But I was actually involved in my telecon, headset on, talking, staring at the presentation on my computer. So he kicked my desk, then asked if I was on the phone. My personal favorite interaction. Get the hell out of my face with this. Coworker says, completely random question. So, have you any plans for the weekend? And then I say, yeah, I'm headed to Gettysburg for a hike. And then he goes, oh, are there mountains there? And then I say, no, not really. And then he says, oh, there's history there, right? And then he says, oh, there's history there, right? And I say, yeah, a battle in the American Civil War was fought there. And then he goes, that's right. Who won that? The Indians? And I say, yes.
I'm sure. Well, I don't think he's developmentally challenged or anything. It's just some people with weird quirks that can't keep them to themselves or aren't very good at keeping them under wraps.
Let's read an extra one for shits and giggles.
Extra one? What do you mean?
Number 26. Yeah. She uses sound-canceling headphones and sings along to whatever she is listening to, talks loudly to herself, and when she yawns, she does it as loudly as she can. Nobody says anything to her because she has been with the company forever. No, that's probably just because she's an old bird. She probably does this shit for attention anyway, and the best thing that you can do is ignore the stupid whore, because the first thing that she wants is attention for her ignorant ass habits. It sucks when you're dealing with women sometimes, because it's like, what they want is the attention. So if you give it to them, they win. You know what I mean? They win. Oh no. 25, 24, 23, 22. Does it feel like we're making progress here, Stripes?
I feel like not all of these are going to be short anyway. So.
I think a lot of them are going to be short. It's the responses. Should we choose to dive into them? You know.
Well, yeah, why
Here's
not?
a response to number 23. What in the actual fuck? Very original response here. You know, it's like when people come into my stream and then go, what am I watching? Good one, you know? Jesus Christ.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously.
I'll kill you people, you stupid mother. Number 22. Corners me into irritating, time-wasting conversations, which are really just him talking. Like many, if not most. This is probably a woman who's tired of guys coming up to them with conversations because they don't know what else to say. In their, half-baked attempt to hit on her. She goes on to say, like many, if not most, when I started and first met him, I entered into the conversation thinking it would be a normal one. Instead, it was a tedious, tortured monologue. However, he took this to mean that the new person was someone who would listen to him, so I was a favorite target for a long time. The last time he came to my office to talk to me, blocking the doorway, I eased my way past him as he was talking, spoke to him from outside my office, and just said, I need to go. Everyone at work that he means well. Everyone at work agrees that he means well and is pretty clearly on the autism spectrum. Oh Lord. However, it is difficult to explain how stressful I find it to be caught in conversation, a conversational web of someone who obviously can't tell that you aren't interested, don't have the time, and are becoming very uncomfortable. Well, welcome to the real world. A response here reads, we have a couple of these in my office. I literally just walk away. I read an article about how to deal with it. My favorite is to stand up and start walking to their desk where they will follow you. Then they naturally sit in their seat and you walk away. It's like magic. That's
that
pretty
sounds
hilarious.
Amazing.
All right, let's go to your desk. I would say that out loud. I'd be like, look, you're talking to me. I don't want to talk to you. I'm going to be a bitch here, apparently. I don't care. Let's go to your desk, though. I'm going to sit you down, all right?
Well,
You sit here and don't get up.
some people just want someone to talk
And
at,
I'd
not
say,
really
I'd be
talk.
like, this is your desk, okay? I'd give them a number for me and be like, hey, let's text. It'd be a fake number. They get somebody real bad. They'd be like, who the hell is this? Oh, God. You tell people an anecdote while I clear my sinuses here.
I just wish you were faster at magic than I was. I'm sure it's not going to take you 40 hours like it took me, though.
An anecdote about how Stripes has completed the entire campaign in Magic the Gathering, because whenever I turn her on to something, ooh, she beats it into the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Number 21. Apparently, the whole office would come to a grinding halt if Amy takes some days off. What? No, you're not that good. You're just full of yourself and everyone hates you. Apparently, there's somebody in the office named Amy who, I guess, declares to everyone that if she were out of there, everything would fall apart.
I don't...
Look, here's the comedy here. Apparently, the whole office would fall apart if Amy took some days off. So then someone responds, well, it's a good thing that that isn't me. And then their username is, this isn't Amy.
All these screen names are so situational.
Yeah,
How
it's
did we
really
end up
funny.
here?
And then the best part is when you like go into them and then like, let's see how long they've been a user for. Overview on Amy. She has been a user for 4 months. She didn't make that today. She did not make that today. This was posted a day ago. Wow.
It's funny that you asked me to plug in the mic you gave me just now when there's like someone chopping down a tree outside.
We can't hear that kind of crap. The microphone you're using is good, and it's not as capable of background noise, reception as the one perhaps that I'm using now. So yeah, we're not hearing any of that. We're just hearing you.
I was worried.
So I guess, yeah, it was going to be, me making a note about that later. But yeah, Stripes is on the microphone that I gave her. So maybe you guys will hear a difference. Maybe not. Maybe not. Number 20. He only talks at this volume and I share a very small office with him. I love that, he wrote it in all caps to...
I don't think that's an accurate representation of his volume.
Yeah, Stripes is taking issue with my delivery of his volume. Finally found myself on this thread. So happy. Number 19. I work in HR. When we have people coming in for an interview, my colleague talks first to them and then escorts them to my office. We have a lot of people coming in way before the interview. But god damn it, Melissa, if I have an appointment at 3, don't send them to my office at 2:30. Tell them to wait. Give them coffee or a drink, but don't make me put up with all of that while I don't even have the files in my office. You ruin my whole schedule, Melissa. Do your freaking job. That's enough. The response here reads, have you told her to have them wait? She maybe thinks that she's doing you a favor by bringing them in early. This is a woman leaving this comment named Travis, of course. I'm kidding. But still, yeah, it could be a lady making their name Travis Gorashkowski.
It's nice that they're having some perspective on the issue, but yeah, do your job right or don't do it at all.
I mean, this is probably a woman who wrote this because her name is Whitney. So yeah. This is like this whole post could be passive, telepathic, hopeful bullcrap where she's never even said it to the other person, and that's what people need to do. Yeah, you expect them to know. You can just expect them to know without telling them. You gotta let people know, man. Come on, no. Maybe this is number 18. I'm already beginning to lose track here. I hate it when things get deleted. We'll never know what they are.
It sounds like a secretary job too, so I assume that they
inform
have,
your corny ass underling that preps people before they come into you. You know what I mean? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, it sounds like she has some authority over her, so like it would be in her best interest.
Even if it's not the case, The only way things get better is if you make things apparent. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's a relationship or a business, you need to make people aware of things the way that you need to get them done. You can't just expect things to happen, especially if you want things done a certain way when there's other ways of doing something. You tell somebody to do something, they could get it done in a cacophony of ways outside of the way that you're probably thinking about. So if you want it done in a specific way, make that shit apparent. Don't expect everybody to be telepathic or for that shit to get done the way that you would do it, because there are other people in the world other than you who represent ways of thinking outside of how you think. So we got Murder Kitty dropping in with another response, of course. Number 18. I had this coworker once who would always bring in Tupperware of white rice. Don't see a problem yet. Nothing wrong with that. She mirrors my thoughts. Except she would eat the rice one grain at a time. Oh, she doing it to freak you out. And it's working at a totally disproportionate decibel level. What does that mean, disproportionate decibel level? I think it means that she would take one grain of rice and then be like, there go the rice grain right there.
Like they were sunflower seeds.
I don't know. She would chomp, slurp, and smack up each grain of rice, and her cheeks would bulge out like she was eating a lot of food, but it was just a single grain. She got you, man. She got you. She been memeing that office for a while, baby. She is her own meme now, and now it is hitting the world. If we could only know this woman's name. It would take her nearly a whole hour every day to get through all of her rice. She would talk while her mouth was full too. What, full of one grain of rice?
Full of one grain.
It was a visual and audio nightmare. Full of one grain of rice. Is there rice on Amazon? I gotta try this.
Yes, there's rice.
What's rice doing on? What is nishiki rice though? Oh, nishiki rice. So I can actually put this on the wish list, when normally anything that's on the pantry is not eligible. Nigga, I don't really want rice. I was just seeing what's up. What rice is on Amazon. What a world. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a man, a good man. Anyway.
Do you eat cake with your hands?
Do I eat cake with my hands?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't eat anything with my hands outside of chips. And even that, I probably need to get some kind of like chip tweezers to eat them with. So, she would talk while her mouth was full too, and it was a visual and audio nightmare, edited for clarity. I realize this is confusing. She didn't chew and swallow one grain at a time. She put one grain in her mouth at a time, but didn't swallow, gathering dozens of single rice grains in her mouth at one time, but continuously adding more, one by one. This is so much more profound than we thought it was. The troll tier is like, the troll tier is excellence, okay?
Where did she pick up a habit like this? She couldn't be.
She would have had to have crafted it on her own while sitting on a toilet one day, when she heard a voice whisper and say, "You should eat some rice, but one grain to be nice, and chomp, chomp, chomp away, Stripes." What? But didn't swallow.
You forgot the rule of 3.
But continuously adding more, one by one. Even when she only had just put in the first grain of rice, she still puffed out her cheeks like she was chewing a lot of food. So when she'd talk with her mouth full, it was from putting rice in her mouth one grain by one grain. I've never seen anyone eat like that. It was distracting. Let's get into the responses here. I don't know about the sound part, but I know eating something like rice insanely slowly is an anorexia tactic, is it? Was she really thin, super type A, or constantly concerned with nutrition and eating? Murder Kitty says, interesting. I wasn't aware of that. She was somewhat thin, but not type A. She never said anything specific about nutrition.
What does type A mean?
Do we really want to go down that rabbit hole, though, Stripes? Because neither of us care. Oh my God. can't believe you just whined at me. Stupid Stripes. Type A. A personality type characterized by ambition, high energy, and competitiveness, and thought to be susceptible to stress and heart disease.
Heart disease?
I like that part.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, that's what you get for being ambitious, high energy, and competitive. I'm competitive, maybe. Ambitious for sure. But high energy, you know.
No, man.
I like to think that the high energy that I have would have to manifest itself in me being cool and acting like, you know, I'm not too enticed by the excitement of any given situation. You know, Final Fantasy is a game I've been looking for a long time, but when it comes out, I'm literally going to be like, woohoo, you know what I mean?
Why do you have to downplay everything and how it impacts you?
There's nothing cool about freaking the hell out, Stripes. That's not a person that you want by your side come the apocalypse. Number 17. He takes a tester bottle of cologne and sprays it all over his neck, wrist, and he unbuttons his shirt and sprays it in there too. Then he coats his sweater in it. Ooh. A coworker? That's hilarious. Like, he comes to work and takes like the sample of a cologne bottle and it's just like, well, it's time to get let me take off the sweater. That's pretty amazing. Somebody says, my office periodically sends out memos reminding people not to wear too much perfume or spray it in the office because some people may be sensitive or allergic. Maybe you could suggest this to management. Someone else responds to the response. These people never think it refers to them because they can no longer smell how powerful their cologne is, so they don't think it's a lot. Well.
Do you wear cologne?
Do I wear occasionally, you know? Occasionally. It's funny that you got to think that the thing about cologne is that you're not wearing it for you. So, you know, too much and you negate the purpose because, you know, you don't need to be dipping yourself in that shit. Jesus
Wait.
Christ. What?
Do some people use that for aftershave?
Some people's aftershave is a form of cologne and it does the job on its own.
Well, alright then. I guess I wouldn't know.
You could know. You could get some aftershave. Miss Mexico.
What are you trying to say now?
I think the people who are listening get it. I think they get it. Hairy face. So here we're going. Number 16, perhaps. She refuses to take a day off work sick. Her nose was pouring snot. She was coughing and sneezing every 10 minutes, but refused to go home. It grinds my gears as she was spreading her Germany and being less productive for longer than necessary. Please don't change that typo. It's perfect as it is. I don't buy it. Autocorrect changing germs to Germany, but leaving necessary. Confirmed fake. Yeah, I'm like an autocorrectologist over here. My lyrics are bottomless. What?
I wanted to believe that was your misstep and not theirs. But I believe too hard.
It's funny. Stripes goes out of her way to get me to share screens before we start this, and then she just actively doesn't pay attention to shit going on screen.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Shut
right.
up.
She only wants me sharing screens so that, like, inevitably when I get ADHD and I'm just like, mongoose monkeys, let's look up that. Mongoose monkeys. And then she's like, yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. Let's see here. Mongoose monkeys.
Do you want to see them play together?
Monkey and mongoose. Yeah.
Actually, is he eating it?
I don't think so. Oh my God, is he trying to? No, they're having fun. He's my mongoose. My mongoose. My mongoose.
He doesn't look like he likes it.
Because mongooses are stupid, but they're having fun. They're just playing. See, if it was a cobra, then that mongoose would be tripping. That mongoose would be tripping. So, here we are. Number 15. He won't stop talking. I think he's genuinely afraid of silence, like something happened in his childhood and now he can't stand more than 2 minutes without talking. I don't even reply anymore. I just sit there in silence while he describes the object closest to me. Oh, look, a notepad. That would be good if you needed to remember something you could write down. Sometimes you don't need to write anything down, you can just remember it. But then again, it's safer to write it down, that way you don't forget. Every fucking shift with this guy. Staplers, pens, person wearing a hat. 2009 9gag meme he found on Facebook. Anything. He won't be quiet. Teddy used to be my favorite Bob's Burgers character. Now he just hits too close to home. Team Andy and Ollie. Look, Teddy's a funny character on Bob's Burgers.
I love him.
The response.
The
response. What?
He's a well-meaning, bumbling man, and I can't get enough of him.
You gonna talk about some notepads now, Stripes?
I don't need to.
This is my mother-in-law, says a response. It is exhausting to be around her. When I first married my husband, I would get slightly irritated that he seemed to space out while I was talking sometimes. Now that I've spent a while around his mother, I definitely get it. Are you listening to me?
Genuinely, the only thing that pisses me off about you is that you tune me out so often.
Well, look, it's funny sometimes. You gotta
It's
admit.
not to me.
There was this one Fallout video we did where you were just like, I wonder if the chicken, you can buy it and deep fry a turkey. And then something. And then you were like, can you go out? And it was like, I heard the inflection in your voice like you were asking a question. And I was like, oh, man. I wasn't listening, man. I was not listening. And you just start laughing. I was like, look, man, it's not my fault. Number 14. He bikes 6 miles to work in the 100-degree Texas heat.
No, wait. Before you go on, you actually apologize. But I think only because it was on stream.
Oh, you're saying that if I were off stream, I wouldn't apologize? You're trying to put me on blast as some kind of like douche that doesn't care about your feelings, but only goes through the motions so that people are under the impression that I care about your feelings. Look, if I don't want to care about your feelings, I won't care about your feelings, Stripes. So don't think that I'm doing it because I have an audience, all right? It's not like I'm biking to your house in the 100-degree Texas weather and just airing myself out in your room, which you would freaking love because you're a freak, okay? So, look.
I don't know why.
What?
But your scent, it's almost like cologne.
Shut up.
Intoxicating even.
Number 14, dude. I'm not laughing at you, dude.
I know.
Oh, man.
I know.
Number 14. He bikes 6 miles to work in the 100-degree Texas heat. Our office doesn't have a shower, so he comes in drenched in sweat. And as we're starting our stand-ups and demos, smelling of foul sweat and BO. He's been known to sweat directly on people since he air dries, and it takes him a while to dry off. His BO is atrocious. Well,
I've been sweated on before.
By who? A response here reads, oh, well, you have a lot of Mexican siblings. A response here reads, you could probably do with a memo being sent out to everyone with some helpful. Sorry, I was hearing like a manner of feedback. I wasn't sure if it was coming from me, because if it was, we'd have had a problem. Someone responds and says, you could probably do with a memo being sent out to everyone with some helpful tips. Oh yeah, passive aggressive means of, I did not just close the window. Oh, I was scared? Dude, I thought I closed the freaking window with this muggy ass. Look, yeah, somebody's, suggesting a passive aggressive letter, kind of isolating. I guess that's the way you gotta do shit in the office, is you can't just isolate the person that the problem is. You gotta be all like, look, it has come to our attention that somebody has been fucking the bagels in the break room. We're not gonna name any names, but you better stop doing it. There will be no bagel fuckery in that break room in this office, all right? And if we catch anybody doing it again, what?
It's just like when people write passive-aggressive notes on the whiteboards on their offices.
The PETA predator. Food rapist. Number 13. He starts every sentence with I and is the most self-centered person I have ever met. Man, it's almost like Kyle in Overwatch. But it's true. I'm the only one.
You're the only thing that matters in this world.
When Stripes isn't mercying anyway. Let's see. Also, he won't turn off the stupid noise his phone makes when he is texting. That popping noise when you touch the keys. Working in close quarters makes people petty. And I'm not immune. Haha. Well, turn off the noise on your phone, homie. Like, I can't even record with the noise on my phone on after it makes a couple of noises. You see what I mean? As soon as I said that, there was a vibration noise. Maybe it'll make the video.
Oh, I heard it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that was the phone. That was pretty weird while I was making that anecdote. So,
this thread is so quaint. It's just people venting out their frustrations of their, 9-to-5 jobs. I wonder how many of these are cubicle jobs.
Well, they don't need to be cubicle jobs. I mean, this is a problem that everybody's going to have. This one specifically, this is extremely accessible as an issue that you're going to have with people who are, too Asperger's to understand that is something that would get on other people's nerves. We don't need to hear your tapping on your phone, And, some people just have their phone loud, whether they're on a call or not, almost to demonstrate that, I guess, maybe they have another person in their life that can tolerate them or something. It's weird. People really do treat their lives as like a movie of which they are the star and everybody else is the extra. And sometimes it isn't their fault because, again, they don't take into consideration the idea that what they're doing or how they're going about their things could in any way possibly, put somebody else at a disadvantage or, be an inconvenience to them. So this is something everybody can identify with, is somebody just tapping away on that damn phone when they try to do some work and that shit gets on their nerves, But how could they know? Somebody else says, I really wish that the phones didn't come with that sound when you're texting. It's one of the first things I turn off when I get a new one.
I think, there's something a bit, relaxing about it after a while.
Whoa. Comment has been gilded, and for a good reason. Someone responds. My thumbs are numbed from years of intense masturbation. Instead of tactile feedback, I need auditory feedback. It lets me feel like I have pressed a key instead of rubbing flat glass. I love pressing things. Rubbing too. Oh man, it's so hot. Rubbing smooth things. Fiddling with nubby stuff. Oh God. Yeah. Here I go again. Somebody's like, what the fuck? Something wrong with people already, man. The here I go again part.
I'd like to think he was mournful about him doing it again.
That was a really stupid. Look, number 12 maybe, who knows. I really need my hours. Goes home early every chance he gets. Arrives late. Calls into work. I don't know why I'm always doing task A. I want to do task B sometimes. Bitches when she gets put on task B. Wants to do task A again. And generally, when she's on the job, she's making some kind of careless mistake that gets everything behind schedule or is spending more time gossiping and socializing than she is actually working. Any actual work she does is the bare minimum. Come on now. Oh man, somebody got a real story here, boy. This has been the post that people have been waiting for. A response reads, I had a shift leader role at a retail store in college. Worked 2 days a week, Sunday doing a lot of office work and helping with the schedule and opening on Tuesday or Wednesday, full-time summers when I didn't have an internship and over breaks. Doing the fucking schedule, oh my god, the amount of people that would bitch about not having money, can't pay the bills, would come to me asking for an advance, which I had zero to do with, just because the store manager has me count inventory, open and close the store, and help coordinate next week's schedule does not mean I can do anything with your pay. I can give you more hours though, but God, if I ever suggested that. My favorite was the one guy who bitched about not being able to pay rent. Manager and I tossed him some cash to help with his gas, said pay it forward, and scheduled him with 40 hours with the understanding that we'd let him cover shifts for some overtime. The store got allocated so much each month. Were fine helping him out. We're fine helping him out. We are fine, not we're fine. He
The you
proceeded.
and the me.
Wish I could remember. That shit had me rolling. We have no idea which one that's in either. God, we will just lose track.
I can't remember.
The you and the me. He proceeded to he proceeded to show up late for 2 of the shifts, and then call out for one of the others we scheduled him on the day before. What a schmuck! The one that would have put him into overtime. And we were planning on giving him another 8-hour shift on Sunday, again so that he had 16 hours of overtime, helping the guy out who came into us in tears about not being able to afford his gas to work. He came in the day after he called out, not scheduled, and asked to speak to the manager. We figured he was going to resign or something, as he bitched on extra shifts. Nah, he asked for another advance and possibly getting a raise. He no-called, no-showed 3 times in the next 2 weeks, 2 of them back to back. So we took him off the schedule for the next week. He didn't even come in or call. We mailed him all his termination stuff and never heard from him. Maybe he died from a gas leak. Schmuck.
Wishful thinking.
Number 11. She is completely oblivious to everything else going on. She will stroll into someone's cube to talk about the most random thing and not realize that we're on the phone or have headphones on or are working with a sense of urgency. My boss had an urgent task for me one day, something that needed to be completed in the next 15 minutes, and I jumped right on it, and he was walking back and forth between my desk and his to give me the right information. I'm dialing the number when she walks into my cube. "Do you know about this order?" and hands me a post-it with random numbers that looks like our order numbers. "No, but I'll take a look at it. Just give me a few minutes. I'm trying to do something really quick for the boss." I continue dialing the number, and she just starts talking about something written on my whiteboard. "Oh, so-and-so was also working on that. Did you know that? It's about some parts that..." And the boss sides around her to hand me some papers and then leaves to go get something else. We are working quickly, but she is completely oblivious. The phone is now ringing and she is still asking me questions, and my boss is waiting on the edge of the cubicle. I finally say, "Hey, I've got to make this call, thanks." And she just continues her sentence as she turns and walks down the hall to her desk, still talking to herself. Well, man, some people got this autism turned up to the maximum. Somebody says I have one of these too. He drives me fucking crazy. He stands at the entrance to my cube and talks to me while I have my earbuds in, just waiting for me to acknowledge his presence. My monitors are positioned in such a way that I can pretend that I don't see him, but he just keeps going, or pokes me repeatedly until I look at him, then launches into conversation about something entirely unrelated to work. In the nearly 4 years we've worked together, I've tried to bitch face, ignoring him, telling him I'm working so he needs to go away, just letting him rant and then saying cool story and then turning away, talking to my supervisor and his supervisor, same department, different teams, nothing. People give him a pass because he's so nice. He also tried inviting himself to my wedding several times. I even told him I wasn't inviting my extended family like aunts, uncles, and cousins, which was true. He still had, "Yeah, but you know I'm invited." What? I have fucking told you multiple times in a very clear language. No, you are not invited. How are you failing to understand that you are not invited? Wedding came and went, and he sulked for at least 2 weeks because he didn't get to go. Good. Stupid bitch, like what's wrong with you? Freaking autism. Look, number 10. Is this gonna get worse?
Cindy.
It's gotta get worse.
Like Cindy.
Oh boy, Cindy is a perpetual victim and manipulates situations to make herself a victim. How big are her breasts where she can get away with that kind of crap? She chooses to be miserable and wants everyone else to be miserable as well. At work, Cindy complains about everything and everyone to the supervisors. However, every single thing she complains about is something she is also guilty of doing. If we try to point that out to her, we are being mean to her. It's maddening. She also loves to specifically target individuals. For example, Cindy complained about someone not following the dress code to get that person in trouble. A memo went out to everyone reminding us the rules. Cindy then started complaining about things she could no longer wear. Somehow Cindy is the victim. When I moved to a different cubicle, Cindy asked me if it was because of her. It had nothing to do with her. I told her no, not good enough. Cindy went to the supervisor and cried about how I moved to a new cube because of her. The supervisor had to talk to me about it. Cindy made herself a victim. Cindy's recent target is a coworker who reconciled with her boyfriend and is really happy. We're not allowed to be happy. When that coworker went on vacation, Cindy went to the supervisors with false accusations of her not doing her job. We tipped off the coworker when she came back about Cindy's shenanigans and told her to ignore Cindy. Not good enough. Cindy's not getting enough attention. And she's blocked the coworker on Facebook and won't speak to her at work. However, Cindy is telling everyone. The hell? Oh shit, it was getting really loud outside. Cindy is telling everyone the coworker is mad at her. Cindy is the victim. Shut your pie hole, Cindy. You're a pathetic bully. You are not the victim. She's blocked the coworker on Facebook. Oh no. That's how y'all niggas know y'all are old. What the hell is going on in your lives? Grow the fuck up. Okay, number 10. She stomps around. What? Seriously, woman, you're not overweight or large of stature. Why do you sound like a fucking rhino stampeding through the office?
That's cute.
We had a Miss Stompy Boots too, maybe 98 pounds max, but sounded like a T-Rex on the hunt when she went anywhere. Naturally, poem for a sprog has flown into the thread. Here we go. Footsteps through the silence, stamping, bumping, thumping, traipsing, tramping. Falling thunder over, under, silence stripped and swept asunder. Through the room they paced and pounded, beefy feet and beat. That beat and bounded, hefty hooves that rolled and rumbled, super steps that strolled and stumbled, soaring, veering, closer, nearing, roaring, fractured, flooring, fearing, soon appearing, rowdy romper, rhino feet, the office stomper. Someone else responds. I know people who sound like a 400-pound gorilla in the prime. Hey. It's too soon, okay? Can't read that. My poor Harambe. Surprised nobody's made a good GTA Harambe mod yet. You know what I mean? I saw something on the front page today. And
what was it?
And it was like let me see if I can find it for you. It was a demonstration of some of the mods in GTA right now. Here it is. It says modders are going too far. You see a monkey shooting a helicopter, then his gun shoots cars, and when he's done, he just decides, well, my people need me, so he gotta go. He's got to go, and they could have just made that Harambe, but they didn't. So
I thought it was supposed to be modeled after a one of those monkey people from Planet of the Apes.
Monkey people?
Sorry.
Why do we call them like sentient chimps? Why do they have to be monkey people?
Sorry, that's pretty rude of me to say. It is a chimp person.
I consider Hillary a monkey person.
But she was a lizard person to you.
Well, she can be both. She probably making monkey noises now that she lost more than the lizard noises. Lizard noises is what she would have done if she won. She would have been doing like that, like the snakes do that thing where the tongue comes out for a little bit and it's like, you know what I mean? But now
she's hungry for
probably
blood.
She's probably just like singing.
Please
like a really.
Stop.
You don't want me to do a melody of a song in a monkey. Look, number 9. He sends emails to everyone in the department on the shared workstation using all caps and leaves the caps lock on. We have case-sensitive passwords to log into the system. What an idiot. These are going to start pissing me off, so we're not looking at the comments. Why is it so long? Somebody gilded it too. Here we go. Number 8. There's a guy I work with who, while very nice and polite, has more annoying habits rolled into one person than anyone I have ever seen. Taken individually, they aren't too bad, and I realize describing them that they seem petty, but they add up over the days and years I have worked with him. He prides himself on efficiency, but spends a day and a half writing out step-by-step instructions that amount to run a search. Literally 52 individual steps. He frequently wastes more time trying to come up with more efficient methods than actually working. His methods are rarely more efficient, or not more efficient enough to justify the time that he spends coming up with them. Sounds about right. Sounds like, us getting into a WordPad right now and then typing out a big way to, perform a Google search. It would take less time to just search Google than to come up with, an explanation of how to search Google. Hilarious. So here's another one. For some reason, he insists on saying right mouse instead of right click when talking about where to click. Yeah, this shit'll piss an IT guy off. Yeah, man, we're all IT people at this point. He's a nexus of ambient noise. In a quiet office, you'll hear him at various times tapping his ring on his office cup, drumming his fingers, huffing loudly, talking to himself, and slapping himself. That's right. Slapping himself lightly.
What part of your body are you slapping right now? Is it your thigh?
Well, that's the real question. Well, what part of the what do I want to hear from you, commenter? Tell me what part of my body you think I'm slapping, and if you guess correctly, then you could get me something from my wish list. I'm kidding. That's not a real gift. That's not like a real thing to win. Can you imagine that kind of reward where they gotta get something?
Free airheads.
You tell me what you think about it. Yo, look. No. We have to explain this. Stripes and I were watching a video the other day where a guy was making a YouTube video. He's clearly obviously very new to it, and he was doing like some kind of wannabe airhead challenge or something where he just takes a whole bunch of airheads that are actually on my wish list right now, and he stacks them together. God, should we like show them in case somebody's interested in what video it is? Here's the joke of the video is that he literally goes, "Hey, how big do you think that this is stacked together?" You know what I mean? If you can guess how big it is, we'll give you a prize. So naturally, you would expect him to retain the information of how big it is, and then have people submit in the comment section how big they think it is. And then when he gets the person who is closest, he would then announce it via Twitter or maybe even in a follow-up video. Okay, this person got it, closest to the number. Okay, here's the airheads. Maybe if we go on to, we can find the specific video. But here's the comedy. In the video, he goes, "Who can tell me how big this is? If you can tell me how big it is, then you'll win a prize." This is the video, by the way. Then you'll win a prize. In the video itself, he tells everybody what the measurement is. So then everybody naturally goes into the comment section and duplicates the exact, he's like, "Oh, well, I think it's 8.6, bro." And then other people are probably like, "I didn't look. Look, I didn't look. It's 8.6 inches. I stopped the video right as he said it to guess what." Yeah. Yeah. Stupid motherfucker put it right in the video. If you... I just can't get enough of it. Anyway.
So now you have to tell us what part of your body you were slapping to bring this on home.
Oh yeah, I gotta tell him what part. Okay, guys, I slapped my thigh. If you can guess what part of my body I slapped in the comment section, you know what I mean? What? Let's continue here. While the rest of us drink coffee or soda to stay awake, he apparently is immune to caffeine. Instead, he eats microwave popcorn and drinks hot water. We have to explain to new people that when he says, it's gonna be a popcorn day, it means he's tired and popcorn is a stimulant. I don't know it's gonna be a popcorn day. That is the meme.
Why warm water?
That is today's meme. Let me replace popcorn. Let me replace busty teen music with He's shooting cars. Oh boy, it's gonna be a popcorn day, man.
Why did you tab out to do that?
I needed to tab out to do that because I don't trust myself on the touchpad, and if I misclicked, which is something that often happens, it would have like taken me out of this thread, and I would have had to do the whole starting from the top, like hide children comments thing all over again, and it would have broken the flow of the video, much like me explaining to you why I tabbed out to do that is breaking the flow of the video right now.
I appreciate you taking the time to explain things to me.
Pussy ass stripes on that bullshit in these videos, dude. He uses the phrase better living through chemistry every single time anyone takes an aspirin or takes cough medicine. He never rounds up or down when discussing time. I've got to leave today at 4:47 to catch the bus.
Exactly 4:47.
Man, somebody gilded this. So, somebody said this guy sounds awesome. It's almost as if he were born to embody all of the most obscure and ever so mildly infuriating traits that only get under your skin when taken as a total. And the best part is that you can't even ask him to stop without listing a dozen things and coming off as the world's most petty asshole that takes issue with his every last attribute. What a legend. Bonus gripes just because you seem to like it. He calls his yogurt yogi. That's as much of that I'm going to read. He loudly chomps on carrots and celery all day, and he calls his rabbit food, and says he has to continuously eat it to keep the furnace going. What a man.
And that first bullet point, it says he's almost 60.
What a man.
He's adorable now.
60-year-old man. Well, it's gonna be a popcorn day. Oh, you like the old man voice? Oh, Ginger, I need some of that popcorn and that hot water. I need me some of that yogi. Gotta keep the furnace burning. Better living through chemistry.
This changes everything.
Gotta leave at 4:47 p.m. before I miss that bus. You better click that right mouse. You better click that right mouse. Listen, number 8, man. She doesn't want to improve anything. She will vehemently. Why is there conflict in whether or not I should pronounce that vehemently?
I've never even seen that word used before.
I know it should be pronounced vehemently, but there is conflict, and conflict needs resolution. So, we're going to type vehemently and pronunciation into Google, and we're going to see how it pronounces the word just so it can shut me up, because I feel like pronouncing it not vehemently.
People...
Shut up.
Okay.
Vehemently.
She pronounced it vehemently, dude.
That's not right.
It doesn't feel right either.
Vehement.
Vehemently.
Vehement.
The UK pronounces it vehement as well.
Vehemence.
Son of a bitch. And you know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like via, the word VIA, and then mince. You like mince? Let's look at it.
I hate mint.
Let's look up a picture of mince right now. I hate mince too. You know what I hate more than mince? When they try to put it in chocolate. Yeah.
Ugh.
Mom has like these sour mints that are pretty good. They were really good.
Does she keep them in her purse? What are you doing rummaging in your mom's purse?
I wasn't rummaging in her purse. We went for the biopsy the other day, and there were like these icebreaker sour mints, and they were pretty good. So I had a couple of them. I didn't have her purse. Like, I just took it from her because like she had to like put it in a bag when we were in the hospital. So give me the no, what? I'm supposed to be on Amazon looking for the sour mints because that's something that I want. Man, what kind of I put a harmonica, a mouse, some socks, a lava lamp. I'm really loving this list coming together. It would only be hilarious if like all of it was unavailable, so people would just go to my wish list and see a whole bunch of shit that what?
I think you should put like
Isn't $13 a bit much for some? Is this like a pack of 8? Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I don't think that's a good deal.
You shut up.
What?
Look, it's not meant for anybody to buy it. Like I tell you, a lot of this stuff is just putting it on there, a harmonica, and then I got to put something hilarious with it. So
is there an accurate Kermit the Muppet?
I wish that I was somebody's coworker, and that like whenever my birthday rolled around, I would just put my wish list all over the place, and that would give them insight into my life. Imagine me working in an office where some people had never spoken to me and they just know me as just like that dude, right? And then like they're like, oh, his birthday's coming up, or like, oh, there's gonna be like an office Secret Santa type thing, and oh, you got this guy in the Secret Santa exchange or whatever, and then they're just like, man, I need to figure out what this guy's all about, what is he into, and they get a wish list, right, of mine that I have made publicly available, and this is what they see: harmonica, socks, lava lamp,
Yeah, they see that you're
mouse
a
pad
sociopath,
with
and they
a
should probably...
woman's breasts on it. There's nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong.
I think what they'll learn about you is that they better get on your good side before you decide to pull a gun.
Look, there's nothing wrong with a Panda Express gift card. That's the most job friendly thing on there. A plush Yoshi, some Mountain Dew. It's not like I'm some kind of freak.
Well,
you're the freak.
I'm kind of your coworker, except I get paid in your company instead of money.
It's like she's sitting on just like a bucket of these stupid ass comments, isn't she? How do you just fling these out, Stripes? How do you do it? God, she doesn't want to improve anything. She vehement. This is how it started. This is what sent us flying off the railroad. She doesn't want to
start talking about gum. Was that it?
Wasn't gum, stupid.
Oh, mint. My bad.
Sour mints. Yeah, it sounds crazier when you say it. She doesn't want to improve anything. She will vehemently fight any new initiatives and everything that in any way requires her to do something differently. Vehement doesn't sound right, man. Obviously, she fought a hard and completely idiotic fight against digitalization, trying to convince others that we should still print the sometimes 1,000-page cases we have. Worst part about this is the fact that digitalization is government mandated and completely mandatory for everyone, but older folks with no understanding will do that. What really gets me is when she refuses to learn something where it will already earn itself the first time she uses it. She will print out a whole case, like 300 pages, and do redacting by hand, then scan in everything. That can take hours and sometimes several work days and a rainforest in paper. Now take Adobe's redacting program and you can do the same thing in maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Learning to do it takes 3 to 5 minutes. If you teach it to someone with a learning disability, oh shit. Worst part is, it is deemed unsafe for personal information, as redacting by hand sometimes leaves information on the paper. She still refuses. Well, she's gonna get fired. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're gonna get fired and replaced by somebody that could do their freaking job. So here's another one. It says, eats my lunch. Eats my fucking lunch. Well, that's a easily hateable coworker right there. You gonna eat my lunch?
Everyone has had their lunch eaten by someone at some point. I remember.
Somebody says you should probably bring a decoy lunch that's covered in habaneros or something. Someone interrupts with a story. Many years ago, my mom had a coworker who would take parts of her lunch. By that, I mean he would take things from her bag like cookies, but leave salads. She'd leave it on top of the fridge with her name, and stuff would go missing from it. She suspected him, but when he asked him about it, even saying that if he asked she would bake him some cookies, he denied it. So one day she decided that she was going to make it stop. She had a batch of cookies and replaced some of the chocolate with X-Lax. Yes. Because women's thing is poison. So either she was going to like spice it up to the point where it was just like something in his mouth that he couldn't get out, or she was going to laxative it up. You know what I'm talking about? Laxative is the better option, you know.
Why do women always want to poison men?
Because it works. Because it works, you know. A lot of women, unfortunately, are genetically less powerful than a man. But I'll tell you what, they can charm them up real nice with them big ass titties and seduce the crap out of them. Hey, you want a piece of this pie? In more than one way, figuratively and literally. And then they eat the pie. And then they're all like, oh, what have you done? And she's like, I'm the queen now, bitch. That's how it happened. That's a history lesson for everybody. So one day, what?
What happened?
So one day she decided that she was going to make it stop. She made a batch of cookies and replaced some of the chocolate with X-Lax chocolate. She took them to work, left them in her labeled bag, and they went missing. A short while after, the coworker has to run off to the bathroom because his guts are about to empty themselves into his pants. He actually talked to her after and admitted to taking the cookies, only to warn her that he may have gotten food poisoning and she should be more careful. Her response? "Oh, I've been having difficulty going to the bathroom, so I made those cookies to help me out." I can't believe he gave her a warning about eating something that wasn't his. I'd be like, hey, you know what's funny about that? They were in a box labeled me and you ate them. So let me warn you about, not touching shit that don't belong to you, you dirty motherfucker. Next time it's going to be poison. I dare you. I dare you.
These cookies she's baked are
that would be
probably
my
poison.
warning, I actually mixed up the laxative and the poison bottles earlier today, so you win this time. Oh boy. Okay, so what are we on now? Maybe 6? No, it's actually number 4. Yay. Number 4, she uses her spoon to scrape the bottom of the yogurt cup for literally 10 minutes. This bitch also takes off her shoes and cuts her toenails in her cubicle. Well, I guess it's her own cubicle, huh?
See, this is what I mean. Every story.
Somebody
here
said
is
she's
always-
clipping her toenails right now. Should I take her picture? God, I hate this bitch.
Ew.
That's disgusting. Can you have the HR send out a mass email saying that the person grooming, such as toenail clipping at your desk, is not permitted? I mean, we should go to petty revenge after this, huh? Number 3, he ends every phone call with, "and we'll go from there." I hate him already. So somebody. Jesus Christ.
I don't think that's so bad. I think it's a cute quirk. There's something about these people that I empathize with.
It's because you're a monster.
I'm a monster?
Number 2, she has the thermostat in her office and she opens her window because it gets too hot. Oh no. The cool air makes the thermostat think that it needs to produce more heat and roasts the rest of the office. I've talked to her about it multiple times and she does not understand the concept for some reason. Take it to HR, nigga. Somebody says talk to HR about changing the thermostat setting or moving her out of the room. Because if she don't get it, the rest of the office shouldn't be paying for her inability to grasp the concept of something so simple as a thermostat. You can't situate people who are stupid next to something that the whole office is going to pay for. Because that's comfort. And literally productivity suffers because people aren't comfortable. So come on now. That's not something that's open and shut. That's black and white, man. From a managerial standpoint, come the fuck on. Get the female away from the thermostat. That's not something that you put women near. It's for real. Like, no, please. Everybody's burning. Everybody burning. Oh Lord, the kid's burning. I'm just trying to talk to the client, but the sweat's getting in their eyes because she's causing your company to lose money on air conditioning. Oh wow, that's a better angle.
Yeah.
That's a better angle.
I can be your angle.
What?
Nothing.
I'm not sure I heard what you said, so I don't want to attack you about it, but you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Number 1, he plays his music aloud and doesn't use his headphones. He'll only use his headphones if he needs to tune out and get into the zone. Somebody says shut that down.
It's work though. Wait. It's work though. Shouldn't that be every moment then?
How can he get away with playing his music out loud?
Maybe it's music? It's probably crap.
The cool wifey says, I no longer work there, but I did make a few comments about it. Usually I just had my own music in. Somebody says that'll devolve into a shit show fast. Man, let's look at the timer on this list, because if we didn't hit an hour, I'm going to be, it's an hour and 4 minutes. Somehow we did it. I can rest easy. Jesus Christ. I need to get out walking, Stripes. I need to
Oh.
get out walking.
I
Not
should
now, but just in general.
Well, let me know when, so we could probably work something out together.
Work is done today. Time to go home and relax. I don't know why the Germans love these simulators so much. Woodcutter simulator, street cleaning simulator, crane simulator, forklift truck simulator. I like that he is in a forklift. And there's a forklift game for him. Oh my god.
Aren't simulators just physics boxes? It feels like...
Not really. There's like some really intricate, simulator games that are very, I want to say, they're very true to whatever you do. People of Reddit who have been denied when they were proposed, why did it happen, and what was the end result? Oh, that's the next list we're doing.
Really sad.
It's perfect. Fine, I'll do it alone.
No.
I love it. No. Stupid. Oh my god, your hair is on my finger. Ooh. How did it get there? It's like it fell from the roof or something.
It's evolving.
Tired of your hair being everywhere, dude. What makes a woman shed? What makes a woman shed? What makes a woman shed? A woman's shed. Nigga, end this list because that is not what I meant, Google. Come on.